What's going on, kids? Pastor Jacob here with another midweek video. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. This week, we're in the book of Malachi. Now, Malachi is the last book in the Old Testament. Do you know what that means? That means this is our last time in the Old Testament for our midweek lessons. Malachi wraps up all the Old Testament for us and sets the stage for someone and something spectacular. Malachi comes after the book of Zechariah and before the book of Matthew. So, I want you to find the book of Malachi, and then we're jumping right into our video.
Hey everybody, it's me, Megan, and I'm Jessie. Oh, Jessie, can you believe it? It's almost time. Almost time for what, Megan? Not what, who. Okay, it's almost time for who? Jesus! Yay! Wait, I don't understand. Today is our last Bible story in the Old Testament. Wait. No, I still don't get it. I thought all the Bible is about Jesus. Good point, Jessie. Yes, all of the Bible is about Jesus. But the Old Testament tells us that Jesus is coming, and in the New Testament, Jesus comes. Oh, now I see what you mean. Yay! Yes. In today's Bible story, Malachi the prophet told that a messenger would come who would get people ready for the Messiah. That messenger was John the Baptist, and the Messiah is Jesus. Listen to the story.
The Jewish people were home in the Promised Land. They had worked hard to rebuild the temple and fix the walls around the city. The people were ready for God to bless them. They waited, but nothing happened. Some of the people were sad. They wondered if God really loved them. God did love his people. They had been doing wrong things, and God wanted his people to obey him.
So God sent the prophet Malachi to talk to his people. God gave Malachi a message, and then Malachi told the people what God said. Malachi told the people what they had been doing wrong. The priests were supposed to make sacrifices to God. God deserved the very best sacrifices, but the priests gave animals that were stolen, hurt, or sick. The priests were also supposed to teach the people about God, but the priests taught things that were not true. God was not happy.
Then Malachi gave a warning. He said that a day was coming when God would judge people on earth. God said, I am going to send my messenger, and he will get people ready for me. The messenger God was going to send would have a very big job. The messenger would say, another messenger is coming, get ready. The other messenger would be God's special messenger, the Messiah God promised to send.
What else did God's people do wrong? Well, some of God's people were robbing God. When God gave people good gifts like money and wealth, the people kept it all for themselves. They did not share. They forgot that everything belongs to God. God said, give what you have, just a little bit of it. See what happens. I will give you even more blessings, more good things than you can count.
What else did God's people do wrong? Well, some of God's people were saying things about God that were not true. They said serving God is no good. People who do not serve God have better lives than we have. A day is coming, God said, when everyone who is wicked will be punished. They will see that it is good to serve God. People who honor me will be happy, and they will jump and play like calves.
Malachi was a messenger for God. He said another messenger was coming. That messenger was John the Baptist. John's job was to get people ready for the last messenger, Jesus. Jesus is God's son. He came to rescue people from sin.
The people of Israel were not listening to God again. It feels like we see them not listening every week. However, this week, it's a little different than just not listening. They were doing some of the stuff that they were supposed to do. They were obeying God, just only halfway. You ever have your mom and dad go tell you to clean your room and really you just push everything under your bed or in your closet and you just call that clean? Yeah, that's kind of like what the people of Israel were doing. They were doing what God asked them to do, but they weren't really trying to do a good job. Well, that upset God. God asked them. He said, if there was a leader or someone like you and me may think about, like a coach or a teacher, and we really loved and we really admired and respected this person, would you not give them your very best? Would you not try really hard for them? Well, God's saying, why should it be any different with God? Let's not forget all what God did for the people of Israel. They were captives away from their home, but God brought them back home, protected them as they rebuilt the temple, rebuilt the city walls, and rebuilt the rest of the city itself. God was blessing them with all the money and all the things that they needed to live and be well taken care of. But when it came to thanking and praising God for all that He had done, they were just given a half-hearted thank you at best. Can you see why God may be upset with these people? From the very beginning, God had protected the people of Israel. He'd got them out of countless situations. He'd done so much for them. But they just kept forgetting about God. God has done wonderful things for us too. I mean, He sent Jesus. He saved us from the punishment of our sin, all the bad stuff that we do, when He didn't even have to do that. He wants to talk to us and be our friends. He's given us this great country to live in and to worship Him whenever we want. But sometimes we forget about God. Sometimes we put other things before God. God wants to be the most important part of our lives. He wants us to have a close friendship with Him. And He's promised to be there for us no matter what. So I think it's important that we remember that. And every now and then stop and ask ourselves, am I really trying hard for God? Or are we just shoving God under the bed? Malachi is a pretty tough book to read because it really challenges us on how we love God. But Malachi sets the stage for someone really important. Do you know who that is? Malachi sets the stage for Jesus. And when we come back next week, 400 years will have passed, and we will be entering a whole new world with a whole lot of new adventures. So I hope you're ready, and I can't wait to see you back next week to explore what God has in store for us. Have a great week. Bye.